With the November general election right around the corner, a lot of Michigan voters are wondering how they can safely participate in the political process without going to their polling place and possibly catching the coronavirus. Don't fret, there's a simple way to vote from home. Hi, I'm Dave Boucher with the Detroit Free Press, and I'm here to explain the process of mail-in voting. Now, you can call it absentee voting or voting by mail. It's essentially the same thing. More than 1.6 million people in Michigan use this method to successfully cast a ballot in the August primary election. Here's how it works. Step 1. Register to vote. Can't vote by mail or any other way if you're not registered. Now, if you have a valid Michigan driver's license or a state ID, you can register to vote online. Or you can go into your local clerk's office. If you decide to go to your clerk's office, make sure that you bring a water bill or a bank statement, something like that can essentially prove you are who you say you are and you live where you say you live. Step 2. Apply for an absentee ballot. Once you register, you have to apply. The application is about a page long. You're going to need to put in your name and your address and check the box that says you want a ballot for the November general election. Sign that and get it back to your clerk. If you apply online, all of that can be done online. If you apply with paper, you can mail it back to your clerk or fax it or just take it back in person. You're going to want to do this sooner rather than later, the entire process. The faster you get this done, the faster you're able to send in that absentee ballot, and all of that increases the chances that your vote will count. Any absentee ballot that's received after 8 p.m. on election day is invalid. Step 3, filling out your absentee ballot. I'll admit you might have to be patient while you wait for your absentee ballot to arrive in the mail. But while you wait, you can get a sneak peek of what your ballot's going to look like. Go to MICHIGAN.GOV/vote, put in your personal information, and you should be able to review a sample ballot there online. Once you get your absentee ballot, this is crucial. Don't forget about it or throw it out or just put it somewhere else. Fill it out right away. Push pause right now and go fill it out, as long as you're comfortable with your options and who you want to vote for this year. You cannot vote too early. Again, the faster you fill it out and get it back to the clerk, the more likely it is that your vote will count this year. Now, if it's almost election day and you haven't received your ballot yet, it's probably best to give your clerk a call. If it is election day and you still don't have your ballot, don't worry, you can go vote in person. Step 4, returning your absentee ballot. Make sure you put that completed ballot in the secrecy envelope that came with the ballot, and then put all of that in the official return envelope. This is crucial. Make sure you sign that return envelope. There's a big box that you need to sign. You're going to be able to see it on the outside of that envelope. If you don't sign this, your vote will not count. Once you've signed that, you got a few options. You can mail that ballot back, you can take it back to your clerk in person, or if your local jurisdiction has these, you can use a drop box. They look like a mailbox essentially, but they're just for absentee ballots. If you're going to mail that ballot, it's probably best to give your local clerk a call ahead of time just to check to see how much postage they think you're going to need. Every ballot's a little bit different. Some are longer or shorter than others, so they weigh a little bit different. And so because that weight is different, you might need a little bit more postage depending on where you are. If you've dilly-dallied and waited until a week or even sooner before the election to cast your absentee ballot, it's probably best just to skip the mail altogether and take that ballot in person to your clerk or use one of those local drop boxes. Once you've cast your ballot, you can track its process if you go to MICHIGAN.GOV/vote, put in your personal information. It should show when your clerk receives that ballot. If it's getting close to election day and you still don't see that your clerk's received it, you can always give them a call. And if it is election day and your clerk doesn't have it yet, don't worry, you can still go vote in person. Only one of those ballots is going to count, but that helps ensure that you get a vote this year. Step 5, critical part in the process, revel in the fact that you performed your civic duty. Pat yourself on the back, you did it. Like millions of Americans, you successfully cast an absentee ballot this year. If you want more information on the election, including bonus tips on how to potentially spoil an absentee ballot, make sure you visit freep.com. Good luck.